Welcome to another Tascam Model 12 tutorial. In this video I'll be showing you using ASIO Link Pro to route different programs to an individual fader, send the audio to OBS while sending the audio to a DAW, in this case Cubase, for recording. For those who hasn't yet used or set up ASIO Link Pro, please watch my previous video first, as I won't be going into much detail regarding the setup. Let's change scenes, turn on ASIO Link Pro, separate. Let's remember to be universal between the Windows, ASIO Link Pro, and the Tascam. If not, you're gonna get some errors, USB mismatch errors if you want to record to SD card. So let's quickly check it. Control panel, sound. Let's go down to Tascam. Yep, 44, good. And it is good as well. I'm not too sure about the 12 channel, but when I tried it, it worked. But let's keep it simple to use this. Okay, so before we launch it, we have to enable looper. So this is what we're gonna use to send the audio back into to Cubase, and 12 in 12 out because the corresponding to the Tascam Model 12. Okay, let's launch it. So let me delete this. And we need to enable multi-clients, because once we open on Cubase, another one to be opened. Okay, so let's get audio from VLC player. So VLC player. So this is the setup I have. So channel 1, keep it simple, VLC. So that will be coming from USB. This one will be the test tone coming from from XLR, and the Cubase is gonna return in the USB out from Cubase will be coming here because it's 7/8 stereo. Okay, so let's get the audio into into the mixer and OBS. So I have a song playing in the background. Yeah, it's playing on the repeat. Let's on the repeat. Okay, so let's move this. So remember to send it to speaker 1, because that is the here, and then to make it easier, speaker 1. So that's what you get when you install the ASIO Pro Link. So all these audio cables, and then so because speaker 1 is here, so let's make it easy. Let's go. So here is the channel fader. So you see that we're getting signal. So I'll change the meters. So the PC return. So that's what we're getting. And to receive it onto the mixer, we need to engage the PC. And now it's you can see on the meter it comes out. Mains, engage the mains. Pause record, because we need to control the mains as well to OBS. And there's the explanation why when on the previous video why you engagement of this and not engagement. Okay, so now I want to have a control when I change the main faders. So you need to go from here to here. And here is the mix out. So this is what we're sending to for OBS to receive. So let's connect this. Let's go to OBS. Stereo mix 1. So this one. And you see you'll be hearing signal as well. So let's turn it down. Before we move on, so I'm just gonna copy this audio and put it in my other scenes. So when I change it, you can still hear it. So bear with me. Paste reference. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna use my test tone. So I'm gonna quickly turn it on. And we got signal already. Okay, so let's turn off my music. Turn it down a bit. So now when I turn this up, so now when I turn up the faders, you would hear the test tone. Let's turn it down for now. Okay, so now that we're getting signal, so you see, so this is so I'll play this. So I'll turn this down first. Play my music, so at least you can see the signal. So here's the on VLC, and here is the channel 2 where my test tone is coming through. And of course, I'm sending everything to the stereo mixer 1. If you want to have separate recordings for OBS, you can always send it to separate mix. And in for example OBS, you can, depends what you want to do. So advanced properties, and then you can decide where which channel, which audio channel that you want to record it. For example, maybe if I was a microphone, if I plugged in number 2 as my microphone, and I make another one called so it'll be stereo mix 2. For example, I'll send the stereo mix 2 actually to here. Yeah, so to get it to send it, you need to send it to here first, max out, and then you'll be able to send to yeah. So what happens here is letting you know that for example, I make number 2 mix 2. So maybe like microphone, so I'll have me just talking, and maybe I'll just go channel 1, 2, and so on. And just letting you know, when you send through here, when you change the faders, it's not going to affect the level. So it's just based on the gain. Let's clear this. So now we want to send it to Cubase. So you notice that this loop out. So this loop out. loop out here. So this is what's going to be sent to another ASIO Link Pro on Cubase. So to simply tweet it, you can just go here, connect it here. And just like I said before, so if you want to send loop out, it's not going to work. You need to send it to here, drive out, and then send it here. So let's go to Cubase. Let's move this. So Cubase. So I'm using Cubase LE. So we need to set it up. So we go to Studio Setup. And then ASIO Link Pro, switch, and another one will pop up. So this is the multi-client, and you will see the looper. So we really see the looper coming in from here. So here comes into here. So it's the same thing. So here to here. So now that we can see the signal coming through, so let's make our audio connections. Let's move this here. So the input and output. So usually this stuff here, so I just make a blank slate to start. So the outputs, I'm gonna make it easier for me. I'm gonna make it so it correlates with my 7/8, so make it a straight line, so make it easier. So I'm gonna go to add bus, stereo, and so link 8. So when I press so 7/8, so this will pop up. So, yeah. Then inputs, and now let's make it easier. Let's make it 2, and maybe if I want the stereo for the, so here is corresponding to here, this one to here, and them two is here, 3, 4. So now let's create let's make a track, let's make mono, let's make 2. Let's quickly change this to, so this is 1, so this is correct. You can always put everything in one to make one mix, and then I'll make one stereo. So let's quickly rename this. So VLC, test tone, and then stereo mix. Now, so let's get so to get this into here, so we just link this and link this, and maybe I'll go, so we go to, for stereo mix we can always go from here, and maybe go here, and then it might overload it too much. So this, or you can always go, so let's delete this. The actual stereo mix from the mixer. So let's do a quick recordings. Move this away. Let's keep this here. Let's go back to the beginning. And then when I record, so VLC, test on, stereo mix coming from the mixer. So if I turn it up, you hear the test tone. So you see the test tone. So you see the test tone here. So it's gonna loop, and so on. So let's pause it here. Got everything recorded. So let's play it on a loop. Let's go. Activate cycle. You notice 7 and 8 is coming through. This is actually, so ASIO driver out mix it actually correlates to the physical channels. So from here, so you notice on the PC return is coming out on up here. So just remember, it's receiving signal. So let's send it to the main faders. Engage PC and then engage main. So now I hear it through my speakers. Yeah, so for example, if we want to send it to channel 6, you know, to on the mixer, we have to go here, add the link, and then add number 6. Yeah, and then when we play it, for example, I'll just go to so this is mono out, which is correlate to number 6. So you can see here, and we go to the mixer itself, you'll see signal coming on number 6. And like I said before, PC, and then we have signal coming through number 6, and then mains engage and it will come out. So the benefit of having sending it through a different channel is because we can listen, we can send, for example, all the vocal mics into one. For example, if we had channel 6 and we had like 3 microphones, you know, we can send all the vocal mics into one channel, and we can control what we hear on the mixer, and so on. Just a quick mention that when we are recording, when we move the faders for VLC and test tone, it doesn't affect the levels, but it actually does affect the stereo mix because it is routed through the mains. Now, if we want to hear it on OBS, because we already routed the mains over here to a stereo, so the stereo mix 1 and 2 on OBS. So this one here. So that one is correlated to here. So now when I'm gonna quickly turn this up a little bit, and now I'm gonna turn up the. Actually, let's put this on the. Oh, doesn't matter. Now when I turn up the faders, you see signal and right here, and you hear it. Now when I stop, you can't hear anything. On, you hear something. Hopefully not too loud. And if we want to send this to a different stereo, we can do that. So let's quickly set up on OBS first. Let's bring it down so it doesn't explode. And now we can just link it here, and you see signal. When I turn it up, and you can hear it. Again, the reason why we want to do that is if we want to use send different tracks to be recorded on OBS. So for example, I want the all I want is the Cubase mix on here, and maybe plus my microphone, and so on. So you get the idea. Oh, another quick mention that when you route here, so from 7/8, the faders will not work with the level that is recorded in the mix 2. This quick thing I want to add is we don't technically have to use the looper to connect to Cubase. Just remember this, for example, was in the stereo mix that we're sending VLC to. We can technically go straight into it. Same with this. So this is the test tone. We got straight into it, and it's gonna record. Yeah, so we technically don't have to use a looper. So it's gonna still work. And we can already see the possibilities with. So one possibility we can, for example, if we had a vocal track number 1, 2, and 3, we can technically send it all into so number 2 instead of test tone. We can go backup vocal. We can all send it into one audio, and we can always change. So we, like I said, so this is 7/8 on the mixing console. We can change it to 6. You know, we can. So this was allocated to 6. So output, yep, so link 6, and like I said, the ASIO Link Pro is such a powerful tool. And that's about it. Any questions? Leave in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer it. Have a good day.